We ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped. Sitting high up on the stone. When my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private session. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped. Sitting high up on the stone. When my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, glowing up, but we still trapped. That's how a nigga survives. Flowing out, got the crowd packed. Yeah, that's how a nigga provides. Y'all insta this, y'all snap that, y'all diss this, and they snap back. Another mass shooting in the headlines. I'm like, damn, where that attack at? Cause y'all think this about race. They font that shit in your face. It's like every day it's the same agenda. It's really not that hard to trace.
Make sure to smash that like button, bitches. Smashy, smashy, smash. Smash that like button, motherfucker.
If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped. Sitting high up on the stone. When my foes out,
smash that fucking like button, bitches. Smashy, smashy, smash.
Hey, someone be too who I wanted to be and then what I became. Ended up going my own way, but I couldn't stay in my lane. Now if I'm honest, I've taken a liking to wearing these chains. They hold me down, make it easier when I start feeling the pain. Out of the overflow, your heart, they say your mouth speaks. Well, my heart must be fucked up, cause I can't speak and I can't sleep. So I stay woke in this daydream. Got shit to do, got the world to see. Got the same crew, got some new fleets. There's an empire, fuck a boutique, that's real. I only say what I feel, got a new plate with the same meal. On a new hype with the same chill. Y'all too
smashy, smashy, smash.
Cast down from heaven, but I'm
like button, smash. Smash that motherfucking like. We're here for some evening swole on a Friday. Smash that like button like a smashing some kitty cat. Some salchicha. Smash it. Smash it. Fucking hammer it.
Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped. Sitting high up on the stone. When my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped. Sitting high up on the stone. When my foes out, got the
Swole le Normouth, Smash that like button, bitches. Come on. As if your name is Smashing McSmasherson.
To the Daily Swole.
Smash, smash. Testing. Hold on a second. Pause. Timeout. We gotta redo it. I'm just kidding. Testing. Welcome, everyone, to episode 1484 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beardcast, broadcast, gangcast, mancast, pimpcast, sleazecast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What is going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustles, and yo hoes? It's your boy, Papa Swolio, back with another episode. Everesting K2 flexing on all you beaches. And today is pillar number 1. I just didn't feel like writing pillar. So pillar number 1, hashtag pillar 1, pillar number 1. I actually didn't even get the swole card done yet. So we're going to do it right now. Pillar number 1, hashtag pillar number 1. It's Unfollow Friday beaches. There we go. That's what I want. Bam. Let's get that fucking going strong. That's it. It's Unfollow Friday, beaches. So hashtag pillar 1. We're all about community today. We're all about taking out the trash. It's Friday. It's the classic time of the week, the classic time of the weekend of the day. It's Friday evening. Now, I know most Fridays have kind of been the same. Most Fridays are kind of like, well, this is no different than normal. We used to go out, we used to do things on a Friday. Friday used to be an off day. And now it's just, well, we're still off. People are still off. It's like, well, there's nothing new. That's like, all right, it's kind of the same old. But what are you doing today? Is shit kind of like going back to normal where you are? What's going on in your area? Did you smash today? Are people going out? Is that what's going on? What's going on? What's the latest? Unfollow Friday. We're going to talk about taking out the trash. We're going to talk about trimming the bushes. You know how that works. You got to shave. You got to tighten up you got to make things looking all nice and clean. You got to take care of yourself. You got to wipe your butt. You got to mow the lawn. Got to vacuum the rug. I like mowing the lawn. We're getting on towards summer. People are mowing lawns now. Let's get a little pillar number 1. Let's do black and red. Let's do this live. Let's do a little live. Because Tessie needs a card. She's lonely. Look at her hair blowing in the breeze. She's lonely. Let's see, Jessica, pillar number 1 or hashtag pillar 1 to be successful, surround yourself with a successful community. Swole fam. 1000%. How many of you caught today's video on YouTube? We'll get into that. Just a second, but that was really what today's video was about. And actually, tomorrow's video is big time around community. Tomorrow's video is big time around community. Pillar. Oh, this is going to be a nasty card. This is going to be filthy. It looks like pillar 7. It looks like pillar 7. I don't care. It's not pillar 7. It's pillar number 1. It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Let's see. Emily was doing spinal twist yoga and stopped because I pulled a hamstring. Ouch. And I think a lat. You pulled a hamstring and a lat. Not terrible pain, but stopped. Spinal twists are hard for me. How did you pull a hamstring? Hamstrings are more common. Pull a lat. That's really hard. That's pretty tough. You might have just strained a little bit. Of course, I can't diagnose you. I can't tell you what's going on exactly, but I doubt you, just to be honest. I'm not sure you might have pulled it. Maybe a little tweak. You know, people say pulling, tearing. There's a big difference. You could have some fibers that just kind of got locked up or got caught a little bit, but take it easy on yourself. You shouldn't be twisting so damn hard. That's really kind of what's confusing me. What'd you do during yoga today? You must have been really straining. You're not going to do that during yin. So what kind of class were you doing? Annika, need the community today. Got a shock when I woke this morning. What's up? Well, that was vague. Kashina, I got the word today that my job extended our stay at home until August. I have 2 more months at home. Oh, well, I mean, I guess you can do things. All right. I guess you can go somewhere, right? Pillar number 1. Can you go? You can go places. You just mean you're not going anywhere for work. What do you do for work, Kashina? Extended your stay at home until August. And where are you located? Curious about that. Till August. So what job are you doing that you can't go back to doing it until August? Go power, go. I went to the gym today, didn't have to wear a mask, just temperature check and clean up after myself. So they're doing temperature checks at the gym. You have to go scan. It's turning into the Minority Report really quick. Remember that movie with Tom Cruise? He had to get his eye replaced so he could figure out the mystery. So he can get to the bottom of this and save his name and save his life. He was running from the law. That was a freaky fucking movie. We're getting there. Stylish Gray, I unfollowed all the thirst traps on IG. Thirst traps? Man. Getting rid of all that booty. Don't go on TikTok. It's the Wild West over there. It's crazy. It's crazy over there on the TikTok. Trinity, prepping for school on Monday. Stress is high, but I have my fam here, and you guys make it more bearable. Let's get some gorillas. Yeah. Fam's got your back. Missed Tess at the end of the NOC today. Well, she shows up when it's extra salty. She shows up on the super salt. Hope you enjoyed the video today, and we'll get into it in a second. Level 1 twists inside Swolenormous X might have been a tweak. Yeah, easy on those twists. Yoga's great, but if you go into something too hard, don't force anything. Don't force anything during yoga. Yoga's very challenging, and a lot of people don't respect it. Not that this is just in general, but many people don't respect it, and they end up opening shit up with their yoga, meaning they kind of open Pandora's box. For me, just lifting, not doing any mobility stuff, The benefit that I had, or what really kind of kept me going for so long, was that I was obsessive about balancing out my muscle focus. So I was crushing my posterior deltoid. I was working on all these small muscle groups. So I was still very tight, but at least I had a good balance. I was always really into form, but I wasn't really activating muscles with the same mindset. I wasn't doing mobility. I wasn't doing foam rolling and stuff like that. This is before that kind of really got popular. So it's like, really more mainstream like it is now. So in terms of fitness, in terms of the industry and everything, but yoga can definitely open up that Pandora's box. Yoga can really trigger these little spasms or tweaks or strains because you're moving in ways where in which your body has never done before. Your body is completely virgin to that movement, virgin to that twist, virgin to that kind of severity. So you have to just be careful. Sometimes you think you're more warmed up than you are, and you try to go a little bit too aggressive. So as long as you don't force anything, don't force your yoga. Don't force your yoga, fam. Smash that like button, by the way. Make sure you smash that fucking like button, or I will turn this motherfucking podcast around. I swear to God.
That's fucking bullshit.
Smash that fucking like button. Smash it, smash it. Especially you motherfuckers watching over on YouTube. Make sure that you smash. Make sure you smash. I swear, we'll start this over. We will turn this 11 minutes right back around. I shall turn it right back around. Hashtag pillar number 1 for today's Swole card. Let's see here. This is just what I needed. I had to cut out of a really toxic person. Thank you guys for being here. What up, Shiloh? What up? What up, diggity diggity? This is just what I needed. Nothing like a little Friday night Swole. Nothing like a little Friday night Swole. James Mangrum. Anyone else? First timers? Anyone else? Any other cherries? Let's get into the tip today. Let's talk about today's video and jump right into the topic of the day, which is staying on your fucking diet, cheating on your diet. Let's get into it. So anyone else first timers? I remember my first time. It's okay. We like to pop here. All right, let's get into the tip, shall we? Yas bushes. Babe, just an inch. It's cold outside. Brr, cold as fuck. Cold as ice. Cheating on your diet. So today's post shared something from the Swole fam, and we discussed it about, what really are the triggers for diet? What really is going to help someone stay on their diet? People that are really kind of having back and forths, people that really need to or are trying to do better with their nutrition. What's really going to be the biggest factor that changes or improves someone's results with nutrition? What's going to be the real main factor? Is it just the food alone? Is it just the food alone? A lot of times we focus only on the food. Are you cutting carbs? Are you managing your calories? Are you eating late at night, first thing in the morning? Are you intermittent fasting? All these little things. But what about the people? What about the habits that surround the food? And that's what's very, very important that we don't discuss enough. It's only about the food. We focus on the calories. We focus on the quality. All those things matter and they're good and it's good to discuss. But I think if we have learned anything to this point, it's that there's a lot of different options out there for nutrition. There are a lot of people out there. Some people have severe allergies to certain things. Some people have preferences that go one way or the other. So obviously, let's just say people, everything being equal. Let's say there's many different options. There are many different things that work for many different people, which is true. Fine. End of story. Nutrition is solved. So let's say your way of eating. Let's say your way of eating, whatever you're trying to pursue, whatever that is, you might not know what that is yet. So let's say your ideal nutrition. We'll call that your diet, whatever that is. Let's say your diet. You're aiming towards that. You're working towards that. You're doing elimination. You're testing different things. You're figuring out what works best for you preference-wise. Okay? What works best for you preference-wise? What works best for you? For your training? What works best for you with your recovery? Just what foods work best. There are a lot of habits that come into that come to light. There are a lot of things, there are a lot of little triggers, a lot of little sub-habits. It's not just what foods you end up eating. It's what situations that lead to you eating those foods. So what's going to lead to you prepping your own meals? What's going to lead to you making better food choices? if you're spending time with crappy people, when I say shitty people, I don't mean that if your friend eats bread and you don't eat bread, that he's a shitty fucking person. Don't even fucking try it. You know what I'm talking about. When I say, like, if you go to someone's house and they're having soda, it doesn't make them shitty fucking people. It means that they're drinking shit fucking crap. They're drinking shit. They might not be shitty people. When I say shitty people, I mean shitty people to surround yourself. It's a shitty environment. They're not the optimal people, especially if you have a sugar addiction, and especially if they don't care about their health. If they are not on board, you need to fucking cut them out. And that's not really an easy pill for a lot of people to swallow. That's not something that's easy for people to hear. Oh my God, I can't hang out with these people. Well, do you really want to move forward with your life? Do you really want to get ahead? Do you really want to make progress? If you do, you need to surround yourself with people that make fucking progress. You need to surround yourself with people that want better health, that want to exercise, that want to eat better, that want to eat good foods, that want to meditate. If these are things that you want to do, you need to surround yourself with people that fucking do that. Surround yourself with people that meditate. Surround yourself with people that take care of their health. Surround yourself with people that inspire you. You want to start making more content online. You want to start a podcast. You want to do, all the things that we talk about in the Swolenormous Procast fam. Whether it's business, whether it's exercise, whatever it is, you want to make progress, then you should surround yourself with people that have what you want or portray the characteristics that you want to identify with yourself, that you want to create as your own identity. This is something that you're going to have to do. This is something that you're going to have to face. You have to handle this. You have to go directly at it. It's the people that you surround yourself with. And if you're not surrounding yourself with inspiring people, whether you're listening to them, whether you're spending time with them in person, whether you're related to them, whether especially if it's out of choice, surround yourself with better people. Pillar number motherfucking 1. Pillar 1, community. It's all about that community. If you are surrounding yourself, let me bring it up if you're surrounding yourself with the right people, there we go. Right there at the top. So community, nutrition, training, recovery, mobility, mindfulness, consistency. So if you're knocking down all these, if you want all these 7 pillars, if you want all these different things and you want to, this is something that you have to work on this over time. This is not, hey, I'm just going to crush all these things. I'm going to have it all locked down and figured out, boom, just because I snap my fingers. This is something that you have to practice over time. This is something that you build. These are habits and decisions that you make. You just want to make these proper choices and these proper decisions more automatic over time. They just become more and more automatic. They just become more and more just systematic. You make these food choices because those are the food choices you make. You train on these days at these times and you do these exercises because that's what you do. You recover in this manner because you take care of your recovery. You're someone who cares about their body's recovery and their mental recovery. Mobility. You take care of your mobility at this time in this manner because you're someone that takes care of their mobility. You're someone that takes care of pillar number 5. And then you just stack them together. And if you're doing all of these things, if you're focusing on all of these things, where are the gaps where are the chinks in your armor? Where are the gaps? Where's the weakest link? There isn't one. These cover everything that you're going to need. And of course there's nuances. And of course there's always other things you can add and things you can improve. But these cover all the aspects of your wellness and training. And it goes a lot deeper than most people. And when you're just focused on number 2. So if you focus only on this, let's say you're only focused on nutrition. You want to lose weight, right? Okay, you want to lose weight. So you're focused on nutrition. Good for you. Good for you. I'm proud of you. You're focused on nutrition. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Well, you're focused on nutrition only. You're focused on the carbs. You're focused on the calories. You're focused on, I'm trying to zoom in really good here. There we go. So you're only focused on fucking nutrition. You're focused on the details of nutrition. But what about your community? What about your training? What about your recovery? What about all these other things that factor into whether or not you're losing body fat, whether or not you're sticking to everything? Because if you're doing your nutrition, let's say you're taking care of pillar number 2, but you're only doing it once in a while, you're not consistent, then what good is it if you're not consistent? If you're not able to execute on this consistently, it's not a good thing. It's not working out for you. You need to be able to do it regularly. You need to be able to do all these pillars. Nutrition alone is not going to do it. That's one pillar. That's pillar number 2. But what about the rest of them? What about the rest of them? That's how it works. So, shall we? Let's go into a couple of the posts here. And this one was funny. This is this is from Irmo of Lorien. Friends, man, it's just one dinner. Me. You don't understand. I won't disappoint Papa Swole. It's not just me. It's not just me. You're the one that's eating it. But hey, if my voice is in your head, as long as it gets you to tread the best path, I'm happy for you. Rachel G. Papa and the Fam sounds like a 60s band. I know. That's what I always think about. It sounds just like a 60s band. Horror Fangirl. Man, I'm bragging because I've been constantly losing 1 to 1.5 pounds a week since I've been on a 1,500 calorie diet. Feels fantastic. 146 today. On my way to 138. Good for you. Careful of hanging on to those numbers too tightly. Don't worry about the number. Careful about the number. You hang your hat on that. You know how that can go. Jordan Juarez. I just worked on a job site where there were 5 other people with me. We were there for 2 full days. We needed to bring food. I watched these guys drink 24 to 36 sodas, 3 bags of chips, candy, some kinds of brown bread from the gas station. And they offered all of it to me and I said, no, thank you. They all thought I was weird. And when I recommend sending the boss into town for real food, they thought I was crazy for saying that real food would give us more energy to keep working. Then they opened another soda. They all drank at least half a pound of sugar from Mountain Dew alone. Gross.
That's fucking bullshit. Who told you could eat my cookies?
Fucking gross. There you are. I see you there. Horror fangirl. Be careful that fucking number. Yeah. Be careful that fucking number. You be careful. It's so easy to be like, oh my God, I'm getting closer to that number. But what happens once you get there? Come on. Be careful. Be careful, fam. But that's disgusting. The Jordan post, that's gross. That's fucking gross. That's what people do. Are any of you in a work environment where people are just eating shit? Pretty much everyone I know, but is anyone else in like this environment where you're watching someone eat crap? You know, I know, Nicholas, why is not eating the garbage food considered weird? Why is that not considered weird? Why is that considered weird? Why is turning down junk food considered weird? Why is turning down junk food considered weird? That's fucking weird. That's fucking weird. You would think eating real food, oh, that's normal. Oh, you mean they're eating real food? Oh, not a problem. That's a good idea. You mean to have a steak? You mean to have some fruit? Oh my God, shocking. Oh my God. What is that? You got that from a fucking tree? Are you crazy? You're just going to eat something from the earth? You're just going to eat something from nature? But you just picked that from a tree. Are you sure it's not poisonous? Fucking jabronis. How many of you work near someone that just, you watch them eat shit? It reinforces your diet, doesn't it? It reinforces what you're eating. If you're focused on eating your foods, for me, I already like my food. I don't need other people's food. I don't. I love what I eat. I love real food. I do. And that's a habit. And plus it's also like a taste profile now. I can't eat candy. I can't eat any of the shit that I used to eat. I can't anymore. I can't. I look at it now and it's just my intelligence about it, in the sense that I just know straight to the core. Like it's just, there's nothing of value in there. I just can't justify it to myself. I can't justify it to myself enough to make it seem like it's real food. I mean, I'd rather fuel up. I'd rather eat my food and it just tastes so fucking good. And then I'm full. Like I just love eating my shit. I love eating real fucking food. Real food. And when you really fuel up properly, when you really find your fuel, it's so satisfying. That's what you want. This is what you need. Okay, it's time for me to fuel up. Oh, I go into the kitchen. I make this. I make a fucking ribeye steak. That's like my fuel. That's my unleaded. Just boom. Give me some goddamn fucking fat and protein. Oh, come on, time for me to fuel up. I'm ready to pump. I'm ready to get swole. Yeah. That's the game right there. But that's not always exactly how I ate. I did a lot of ground beef for a while too. Grass-fed, but ground beef. Nothing satisfies me like ribeyes. Nothing satisfies me just like, it just doesn't feel like fuel. It feels like, it's food. And people ask me a lot, hey, how come chicken's not on the elimination diet? Just because it's very hard to get quality chicken. You're getting a lot of shitty meat there. And you just get more value. You get more value and more nutrients just from red meat, from grass-fed beef. It's okay if you prefer it. If you can get pasture-raised chickens, like, okay, if you get really, really quality, it's very hard to find. There's a reason why it tastes fucking bland compared to a steak. Anyway, so you do the best that you can. But the fuel, once you find that fuel, for example, just once you find what food is just, you'll know. It'll just flip a switch for you. And it's not going to flip a switch like it'll make you feel like a craving. It's just like for me, when I have my carbs, I might have white rice, but I don't feel the same way I feel when I have a sweet potato. I don't feel the same benefits. I don't feel the same response. I don't feel the same reaction. I don't feel the same physically or mentally as when I do have a sweet potato. There's better options. So there are foods out there that are going to make you feel like shit. There are foods out there that are going to make you feel like, And there are foods out there that are going to make you feel fucking powerful. There are foods out there that are going to make you feel great. Like, that's my fuel. That's my shit. And I'm not talking about like a trigger that tastes good. I'm talking about this. You feel pumped. You feel fucking lean. You feel mean. Your muscles. You just feel good. That's the kind of shit. That's what your real nutrition. That's what your real diet. That's what the zone is. That's the fucking target. That's the bullseye. I would eat more beef, but the good quality stuff is pricey. Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem with everything, is that sometimes the foods can be definitely out of range. I mean, it also depends on where you're spreading it out. It depends on your responsibilities, and sometimes the stuff can be expensive, but it depends on where you're leaning your nutrition. If you're not eating other things and you're focusing your finances towards specific things, you might actually be able to eat a lot better than you think. Most people don't budget really seriously. They don't really budget, hardcore, but there can be financial limitations to certain access for certain foods, for sure. So there's definitely options out there. They're great options. Sardines, sustainably farmed or wild caught sardines, are great. There's different options for, like, if you have chickens in your backyard or you have access to pasture raised eggs, there are great options out there. So it's a combination of what you have access to and also what you prefer, what you like to eat, because obviously if you like it, that's a bonus. That's a bonus. I mean, if it's your fuel, you're going to like it. It's like, oh, this works optimally for me, but I fucking hate it. Then that's not the way, that doesn't make sense. If it doesn't feel like you're refueling, if it really doesn't feel like satisfying to your core, it's really not the food for you. It's really not something that your body is hankering for. Once you reset your taste profile, and once you reset, you're not filling your system with sugar and crap. Once you're actually eating real foods and you're tasting things for what they are, that's close as, to what we can experience them, unless you're picking things from the tree or hunting yourself. Obviously, we're still getting it through and over farmed and we're still getting it from a system, unless you're just literally doing it yourself. So, you do the best that you can. You do the best that you can with what you can. And that's really the goal. And you really want to cross over once you find that fuel and you're consuming that like and that satisfaction, it kind of blurs the lines. You know, I like it. I love it. I love it. I need it. I don't have cravings, but I do. It's like when I want to fuel up, it's a different thing than, okay, I want to eat that. That's going to taste really good. When I get hungry, I just want to fucking, like, I want to put it in my spine. I'm hungry, but that goes in. That satisfies me to the core. Like, I feel like when I eat a fucking ribeye, it's gone. Like, it's a fuel source. I just feel that. And I've never felt that way about any food, specifically aside from that. You know, just in the same sense. It's hard to explain, but it's really, there's no other level of satisfaction that I feel than when I have a ribeye steak. But that's me. That's me personally. Brex V, I freed up a lot of money to buy organic produce by not eating Taco Bell anymore. Yes, indeed. See, look, easy swap. That's a huge change. I'd sell my grandkids for some grass-fed beef. That's a good move. That's a good move. Nicholas, for me, when I cut out garbage food and focus on quality food, my food bill goes down because I'm not buying extra junk like chips and fruit gummies or getting a sub. Yeah, a lot of times you're not doing as much mindful. You're not doing as much mindless eating. Because when you're just sitting around doing nothing, you're not exercising. What do you tend to do when you're idle? What do you tend to do when you're not satisfied, or you're like, you graze and you just munch and snack? That's why people are saying, I need a snack. I need a snack. Most people are just not, if you need a snack, really, if you need snacks, you're hungry and you're not, or you're not getting satisfied enough at your other meals. So it's kind of like, I need a snack in the afternoon. Are you hungry, or do you need a snack because you're bored and you need to hydrate better and sleep better because you're chronically sleep deprived and you think you're hungry, but you're really thirsty or you're really tired, so your body wants a little sugar bump? Do you really need a snack? Most people don't need a fucking snack. If you have extra body fat, I'm serious. If you have extra body fat, that's extra energy on your body. If you have extra body fat, you have extra energy. Why are you hungry? Are you really hungry, or does your body have extra that it can use? That's what fasting is. It's not starving yourself. It's not an eating disorder. When it's in context, it sounds like, oh my God, orthorexia. Someone's not eating because they probably have extra and they realize, hey, I need to retrain. It's going to feel like something you're forcing when you're doing a new habit. It's going to feel like you're forcing it because you're going against what you're used to. That's what a habit is. You're going against something, right? You're going against what you're used to. So it's going to feel like something you're pushing against. It's going to feel like something you're putting effort against. Last one, and we'll continue with some knowledge cock. So what are your thoughts? Drop it down below. Curious to hear some more conversation on this. Miss Jessica, I was in the supermarket shopping for some dinner when I saw all my favorite junk food and snacks. I thought of you and your videos. I've been binge watching. I said, no, I didn't buy any of it. Thank you. You're welcome. As long as you're doing it for the right reason. I always appreciate it. I'm like, hey, if you're doing it for me, it's like, oh, Papa said Papa wouldn't approve. It's like, well, I mean, Papa also doesn't give a shit. I do, but at the same time, you know, you have to want it for you. You got to do it for you. You got to make sure you're doing it for the right reason, because it's not just today. It's not just today. Oh, you went to the store today and Papa wouldn't want to do it. He would say no. But what about tomorrow? What about the next day? What about the day after? What about the day after? And that is where pillar number one comes in. That's where pillar number one comes into play. Because if you are surrounding yourself with people that are pushers, that are always doing the opposite of what you're trying to accomplish, then your community sucks. Pillar number one ain't in service. And guess what happens? Eventually your willpower gives out. And then you're kind of back to square one and back to being average and back to doing just the bare minimum. Like most people just want to do the bare minimum. Most people don't want to do extra work. Most people just want to punch out. Most people don't want to do. So anything that you can do that will allow you to not do, well, that's what people want to default to. People don't want to do those things. People don't want to put in extra effort. It makes sense. You want to automate things. You want, hey, if I can do less work, that'd be great. But that's not really how humans work. We need a challenge. We need to do things. We need to be plugged in. We need to be plugged the fuck in. So we need to be actively pruning our environment. We need to be actively mowing the lawn, actively taking out the trash. We need to be focused on pillar number one. We have to stop surrounding ourselves with people and situations that really force us back to where we're coming from. Like we want to move forward. Will, I've been ordering groceries, not just because I'm immunosuppressed and COVID is a thing, but it stops me from even happening to see random bullshit I have the willpower to avoid, but still, ordering groceries and ordering stuff online is a huge hack, especially if you go and just have it delivered to your place or you have it delivered to your car and they bring it out to you. That's great because you don't succumb to the marketing. You don't succumb to the end caps. You don't succumb to the buy one, get one free. You literally go online, you order the things that you need, and then boom, they show up. You're not a sucker to the marketing anymore. I wonder if that's you would think, it doesn't matter. You think, oh my God, if there's no marketing, then it's going to hurt fast food companies. They're going to be, no, because they already have people hooked. They've had people hooked for 100 fucking years. So it's really easy. Just keep that going. People already know that potato chips exist. People already know that candy exists. People already know that fast food exists. Ain't going to hurt shit. People are just going to fucking get it. People are already hooked on that stuff. Not a problem. Not a fucking problem. You're going to keep people from their drugs? I don't think so. I don't think so. Remember the quarantine? All of a sudden, all the soda. Remember at the beginning of the quarantine? Remember all the junk food was gone first? All the junk food was gone first. Remember that shit? Let's see here. Robert, I remember when I was younger, I was warned against eating more than 2 eggs a day. Now I've eaten as many as 10 in a day. Usually no more than 5 though. I used to drink raw eggs. I used to drink like a dozen or 2 raw eggs. I used to drink raw eggs all the time. I never had a problem with it. I guess it worked. I used to drink raw eggs. I used to, like up to a couple of years ago. I still would today. I just don't. I don't need to anymore. I feel great. But I used to. But I used to. Yeah, and the toilet paper. D2H, breaking that addiction is empowering. It's such a surreal feeling. 10 eggs a day is good. F the haters. People ask a lot. How many eggs should I have a day? How many eggs? It's like, I don't know. I don't know how many eggs you should have. I mean, first off, a lot of people, or some people, have egg allergies. So if you do an elimination diet and eggs work for you, I mean, I get gassy with eggs, like hard-boiled eggs. A lot of times you get that, like, real gassy. Whether or not that's a bad thing, you have to go by how you feel. But I mean, getting gas as a reaction, it's probably not a good thing. Like how that is, it's not abnormal. But if you're going through an elimination and you haven't had in a while, and let's say hard-boiled eggs or any kind of eggs already makes you gassy, for example, or gives you some bloating. So let's say you have already kind of like reactions from that. Then you go off them for a few weeks. You do an elimination diet. Then when you have them again, it blows you the fuck up. Now that's where the elimination diet really shines, because you might just be eating eggs regularly and you get some gas and you're used to having gas. You're used to having, you get a little fart, you get a little bloated. It's just like a normal thing. Yeah, you get a little gas. You have, you fart. You're just a person. That's what happens. But then you go on an elimination diet, gets rid of it completely. You feel great. And wow, oh my God, I feel awesome. And then you reintroduce eggs, for example. What you realize is, oh my God, not only were eggs giving gas, for example, you just feel fucking bloated and torn up to shit. And yeah, I'm aware of the sulfur. So for example, like, I'm not saying it's inflammation that's causing it, but some people have egg allergies. You could swap out eggs for any kind of food. I'm just talking about like getting bloating as a result of a food or getting gassy as a result of a food. So the comparison is, it seems like a different food because your body gets so sensitized to that response when you cut it out for several weeks. When you're eating it all the time, your body builds up that kind of like, you're used to it. Your body has adapted to that kind of level of sulfur, of methane that gets created, or just the experiencing that kind of bloating, or whether you're eating grains and you're getting bloating, or you're getting kind of, these are all the things that you notice the contrast when you do the elimination. So where something might have just been uncomfortable for you and something that you never noticed before, all of a sudden now after an elimination diet, you feel the pain from it and you feel real discomfort, and it's like crippling because your body hasn't experienced it in a while. So the defenses are down. And that's the comparison that I want to make, is that you might not notice something. You might feel like what you're eating is great for you. And I'm not saying it's not, but what I am saying is you are going to find out a lot of information. You are going to find out a lot of shit that you thought was okay for your body, that was just normal, that tears you up. And it's not by accident. It's because a lot of these foods fucking tear people up. That's why we have such major fucking problems in this country. That's why we have major fucking issues. And it goes so much deeper than just the foods. The food quality sucks. And then people on top of that are eating too much of it. And people are surrounding themselves with other people that are addicted to these fucking drugs. And then you're always eating them. And every holiday surrounds themselves, and you're not educated properly. Why would you? They're making billions of dollars. Like, it's not a conspiracy. It's just a fucking money pit. And it's just a good business, but it's built on fucking people up. And no one's really stepping up to stop it because there are too many people that are making way too much money, and there are too many addicts. So myself and other people that are actually speaking up loudly about fucking food quality, no one really cares. No one really cares. I mean, I get pushback from doing the face fucking videos. I get pushback from doing this kind of content and being strict and, oh my God, you can't have cheat days and anything. Fine, fuck your face with garbage foods. Enjoy your artificial sweeteners. Enjoy all your fucking candy and your crap. I've been there. I know. I've eaten that food before. It's not like I'm a fucking saint that I've never had a cookie. I get it. But I also know what it does to people. It's fine. It's fine. But like, okay, you have one a year. Okay, is that going to kill you? Fuck no, it's not going to kill you. But is that the point? People are just destroying themselves. Families are being destroyed. If you get diabetes, like, that's an expensive cost. That's broken our fucking healthcare system. The coronavirus is just fucking, that's just the pushing it overboard. You know, people are mentally distraught. The coronavirus, oh, people are stressed out. That's just tip of the iceberg. That's just a little bit extra on the cake. People are already stressed out because they're fucking their face with shit. People are already stressed. You could have political issues and political unrest and everyone's fucking social media. The mental stress is fundamentally fucked because people aren't eating real food. First and foremost, garbage is going in the mouth. Garbage is going in the mouth. People are eating shit food. So people's brains are not working optimally because they're sucking down sugar all the time. So all decisions are just fucking masked in just complete addiction. All our decisions and all our functioning as a society is built on just eating shit fucking food. It's just cracks in our foundation. Individual people are not functioning highly. And then that creates other stresses and mental issues because of the food choices, because of lack of exercise and lack of meditation and lack of awareness and too much light and too much TV and too much stimulation, overstimulation, over-caffeination for a lot of people when they're not exercising, and just people are just sucking down sugar drinks and just tons of fucking Mountain Dew and just everything. It's everything. It's everything combined. And it's all pieces. That's why there's 7 pillars, not one thing. It's not, oh, just eat less food. Well, just tell an alcoholic, just drink less. Come on. Doesn't that sound fucking stupid? Just drink less. It's the same thing when you're telling people, stop fucking eating. I say that, but sarcastically. People just can't stop eating. You have to do other things. That's why I always say, surround yourself with good people. Surround yourself with a better community. Like, it's all the pillars. I just go hard, but tell an alcoholic, oh, just don't drink as much. Oh, okay. That's going to work. Great. Tell a drug addict, just don't have so much. Just don't do it every day. Jesus Christ, right? It's stupid. That's not the way to do it. It's not just, that's only focusing on pillar 2. If you think, oh, I'm going to eat better, I'm just going to diet, and you're just going to do pillar 2. That's why there's 7 of them, because you need to do pillar 1 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. Just focusing on pillar 2, managing your calories, just doing the diet, that's not enough. because everything else, if it's not locked in, it's going to eat away and it's going to throw you off eventually. It's going to take you off course. Fuck yeah, you could. Cassandra, I could tell the difference from grass-fed beef and regular beef the first time I ate it. Absolutely. Night and day difference. Night and day difference. Not even close. Not even close. What we got going on here? So let's get into some Swole fam. There's my rant. There's my rant. There's my rant. There's my fucking sack. There's a little sack right there. Anyway, pillar number 1, community. We're talking community today, and let's get into a couple Swole fam posts. I'm super stoked to jump into the first one. This one is actually from ya boy Greg, and he says, "Hey fam, just throwing this out there to hold myself accountable. I haven't been crushing it like I know I can. I haven't been failing. I've been maintaining, but I want to lose. With the recent promotion at work, I've been insanely busy, and when I get home, I am so fucking hungry and craving sugar bad. I know this is just my body being tired as shit and wanting a boost, so tonight I am going to power through hunger and not be a bitch. I will eat my normal portion and let that be that. If I get that late night craving, I will go to sleep and not give my body fuel that it thinks it wants to keep going, but the sleep that it needs." So respect, Greg. That's not an easy game to play. But that really is the lay of the land. Your body is exhausted. Your body knows that it'll get that dopamine release. It'll get that rush if you eat. So some of the things that can trigger something like that are being dehydrated, can lead to fatigue, not drinking enough water, and being tired are 2 major reasons why people tend to get cravings and overeat. They're not getting enough nutrients fundamentally. But if you're staying up too late, people are getting cravings. I get cravings at 10 o'clock at night. At 10 or 11, I'm ravenously hungry. It's because you're supposed to be fucking asleep. I mean, I'm not saying I am. Like right now, it's 10:30, so I'm not trying to be a hypocrite. I'm just saying this is what we're battling with. We're all watching this wherever you're watching in the world, so I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm just saying that's why the 7 pillars are something that you have to do your best every fucking day. But I mean, that's one thing that I'm always constantly in a battle with. I talk about sleep being so important all the time. I need to really do a lot better with my sleep. I get enough, but I can definitely do better. And that's really hard, especially when I'm doing so much social media stuff and, lights and screens and shit. Like I try to manage that a lot. I manage it aggressively, but it's very, very important. So if you're not getting sleep, and most fucking people in this country are sleep deprived. Hardcore. And when I say sleep deprived, I mean, a lot of you probably, if you were, let's say you couldn't go to work, right, for the last 2 months, for example, a lot of people were sleeping so much and they thought they were, people think they're depressed and, oh my God, I'm just so bored and laying around. A lot of people are just so chronically sleep deprived that their body just crashes every day. And they think you just crash over and over and over and over again. But if you think about it, when you're getting cravings at 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night, when you actually fucking ate, when you're not hungry, when there's no fucking way, right? When there's no fucking way that you're hungry. Like I ate dinner. There's no fucking way I'm hungry. You're probably thirsty and you're tired. Go to sleep. Drink some fucking water and go to sleep. Have a spoonful of raw fucking honey and go to bed. Eat nothing and go to bed. Drink water, go to bed. Sleep is a big one. Sleep is a big one. A big one. In mood, too. When I get shitty sleep, I'm in a crappy fucking mood. I notice it easily. Yeah, people are chronically exhausted. So good for you, Greg. Thanks for sharing. Bailey, okay, I'm having a hard time getting into the habit of exercise. I find it hard to make time. Well, we all do. I also have a bad habit of beating myself up over it, and I haven't found a way to break it. I got to burp. How do you break the habit of beating yourself up, which brings you down? How do you find ways to make time for yourself to exercise when you have kids? Jesus Christ. 5 kids ranging from 5 months to 12 years. 1, close your fucking legs. Stop fucking so much. Jesus Christ. Bailey, my goodness. Stop fucking. Close your legs. Tuck it back behind, like hide the dick. Ladies and gentlemen, if you got 5 fucking kids, what happened? Why? Why would you do that to yourself? Why would you do that to yourself? You moved into an airport next to, like, I say usually the saying is you moved in next to an airport. You moved right onto the fucking tarmac and complain about the noise. It's really noisy over here. Well, then you might want to get off. You might want to get out of lane 4. Oh my God. Where do you live? Oh, gate 4. Yeah. Just underneath it. Underneath gate 4. It's a little breezy, but we make it work. We make it work. Oh my God. 5 kids. I'm not even going to lie. I'd say I'm joking. I'm not joking. No, respect. Look, I'm literally joking. I'm serious, but I'm also joking because it's your life. I'm sure you love them and I'm sure they're great kids. I hope they're great kids. That would suck. You have 5 kids and they fucking suck. It's like, God damn it. That just sounds like a sentence to me. Anyway, so I'm just fucking around. But that's my response to my initial thought. It's like, how do you find ways to make time for yourself when you have 5 kids? Does anyone else have an answer to that? I talk about the biggest fucking hypocrisy. Like, just the fact that, like, I don't even want to try to answer that because any answer is just so I just can't even speak on it. I can literally say, well, if it's important to you, you make the time. How, how I can't have the balls to fucking say that. I can't say that with any kind of like actual integrity. I don't have kids. I mean, I've definitely been in situations where, like a couple kids, I know what it's like, but it's different when it's your responsibility personally. And of course it's night and day. If it's someone else's kids, there's always that light switch that's off. There's always that light switch that's off. That's like, you only care to a point. It's true. It's just in your DNA. But the truth is, if it's important to you, you will make the time. That's literally the truth. The difference is it's just with the black and white approach. I'm just putting it out there that it's very out on a limb. It's out on a ledge for me, just because obviously I don't have kids, but you have to. You have to do it. Because the answer is, do you get your workout? Did you get your workout in or not? If the answer is no, then you didn't fucking do it. It doesn't matter if you have 10 kids or 20 kids. You did it or you did not. Did you or did you not? Now, if they're 5 to 12 years, have them watch each other. For example, I mean, this is what I would say. I would say the 12-year-old, get the 12-year-old, maybe, get the 12-year-old to watch or to do this and make it part of, like, that's the chore. That's the deal. They're going to watch or they're going to be responsible for this. And then they get a reward or they get a benefit or they get some kind of like bonus or perk for doing that. Right? Like household chores. They watch the other kids or they create this thing or they watch a movie or they do this for half an hour or 45 minutes or an hour. And that's that. They're in the room. No one's going to fucking die. You have a husband. Of course, there's other situations. I mean, you have a monitor. You know what I'm talking about. 5 months, that's young. So let's see. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got going on in the comments. I want to hear what you have to say. You know what I mean? The thing is, it's not trying to be insensitive because I don't have kids, but 5 fucking kids. But here's the thing. I don't have kids, but if I don't work out, I didn't do it. It's 1 or 0. It's binary. Did I work out? Yes. Did I not work out? No. Does it matter if I have 1 kid, 0 kids, or 10 kids? I did it or I did not. I did or I did not. What did I do? I didn't work out. Okay, I didn't do it. So as it just sounds very, easy for you to say. It's like, well, yeah, I guess it is. I guess it is easy. I mean, it's easy for anyone to say. It's just saying words. But like I said, what's the result? You did do it or you did not do it. The indescribable one, here's the thing. It's not selfish to make time for your health. 1 or 20 kids. Can't pour from an empty cup. That's it. That's it. Pillar number 4. Fill your fucking cup. Fill your cup. And you know why it's even more important? Let's go back to the post. It's even more important, Bailey, for you to exercise. Like, it's extremely important because all your kids are going to see that. All your kids are going to know that. All your kids know this is mommy's time to work out. They're going to remember growing up and every day for an hour and every day for this or with you, they did X, Y, and Z because mama worked out. Because that's what mama does. And that's what you do if you take care of yourself. That's what you do if you want to be healthy. Because you have to raise them. You have to raise them properly. You want them to work out when they're older. So if you don't prioritize it because they're going to remember, they'll remember mom always made time for working out. They're watching you. They'll remember. They can work out with you. Set up little stations. You got to do it. I mean, you could be around them doing push-ups. You could work out with them. Write the workout on the board and have them try to do stuff on the side. I know you have to be careful with weights and stuff for the little ones, but create that environment where it's part of something that your family does. Get them involved. But it's really important. 1, you have to take care of your kids. 1, you have to take care of them. So you have to be healthy. You have to be healthy for them to take care of them. And you need to take care of your health so they can see you taking care of your health. So they are programming themselves. You're programming the little brains to know that they need to take care of themselves too. And obviously you care for your kids. You care about your kids. You want them to do well in life. So it's important that you set them up that way, right? Musia. Hey fam, I was wondering if anything can be done to shorten the quote bloating episode once it's already underway. Bloating episode? You mean from food or from a period or what? What are some tricks you use? Are there any specific yoga poses, soothing teas, gentle massages, anything? Sometimes it can go on for several uncomfortable hours. Psst. For some of you men who like to confuse bloating with farting, farting is when we're talking a lot about farting today. Farting is when you're already actively getting rid of bloating. So none of that, just let it loose. I would if I could. Okay, so you're having bloating issues. What are you bloating from? Let's just talk about bloating in general. So drop in the comments. So I don't know if this is bloating from an actual food or this is bloating from a period. I'm assuming it sounds like you're having bloating issues from something that you've eaten. So obviously don't eat that. If you have bloating issues, that's a sign that you should stop fucking eating whatever it is that you're eating that's causing the bloating. So that's the first thing. When you said a bloating episode, I mean, I shouldn't say it's common. It's not like everyone just has bloating episodes. So it depends on what's going on or why you have a bloating episode. But that might be contextual. Maybe a previous post went into that in more detail and I didn't see that one, or I'm misremembering if there was something else we talked about previously on that post. But what do you do for bloating? I mean, doing some yin, doing some different positions, maybe going on your back, happy baby, kind of rolling back and forth, maybe doing some upward dog, downward dog, move stuff around a little bit, do some dead hangs. Like, it depends on what you have access to, but a little yoga can definitely mobilize some things. Birdie, 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 yoga twists. There you go. Jessica DeMarco, got to set that example. Those little eyes are watching. Papa Swole, have you done a video review on Ben Dean? I don't know. No idea who that is. So the answer is no. I don't know who that is. Let's see. Evert76, even when my kids were little, I always prioritized working out, and now they all do the same, and they range from 13 to 24. There you go. There you go. Start them young. Start them young. Jessica, she said in the group that she's going to do the elimination diet, but she said she eats pretty healthy already. Everyone says that. Everyone says they eat pretty healthy, and maybe they do by most people's standards. But again, when you look at what people normally eat, and this is something that I've learned from just working with hundreds of clients, thousands of people, this is just the same theme over and over again. I've been in so many different facets of the fucking fitness industry. It's just, you see the same shit. You see the same shit. People's perception of what they do is different than what they actually do. That's what happens when you lose track of a habit. That's why you can't notice and tweak and adjust bad habits, because they fly under the radar. They are automated already. Your body has automated these terrible fucking habits. So you can't even recognize where they are. You just do them. It's just what you do. It's how you do things. It's really like, you got to do it systematically, and you got to start really fucking small. So getting back to what Jessica said about Musia, look, and you might eat healthy, but I will say it again. I said it many, many times. Whenever someone says, hey, I eat healthy, I am super fucking skeptical, because my idea of very healthy is very different from most people's. And that's perception. That's a vague metric. That's very subjective. Oh, I eat very healthy. I eat really clean. That varies. It depends on who you ask. That depends on who you're talking to. What does that mean? What does that mean? It's going to mean something different to every person. Does that mean you're vegan? Does that mean that you don't eat carbs? Does that mean that you eat under 2,000 calories a day? Does that mean that you don't eat red meat, or you only eat fish, or whatever? Like, what does that mean? So it just has to be specific. So I'm not saying that she doesn't eat clean, by the way. I'm just putting that out there because the language is important, and understanding that, and that's where mindfulness, that's where making brain gains and meditation, that's where that comes into practice. Because if you are more mindful and you're more present, you're able to notice those things. You're able to notice when you're able to call yourself out on your bullshit more. Annika, my dad used to bike ride with us since babyhood. Is that what they call it? Babyhood? Mom would do drills once set up. They go do their thing. Dad is in the shed, and mom had a 30-minute show, which he works out to. Great. That's excellent. Fantastic. I remember my dad used to run in New York City. My dad used to go running. I used to run with him, and when I was little, and he used to go running and come back. I remember. You remember. Kids remember. Taquash Perdido? Taquash? Is that your name? Taquash? It's a cool name, if that's pronounced properly, if I did it. I am just starting, trying to lose weight. I really try and do the 7 pillars. I've been successful for a week now. You have any suggestions to keep my plan constant? Just keep doing your best. Keep focusing on the small habits. Keep focusing on doing the basics, doing the best you can. Being active regularly, making sure that you're doing mobility and stretching, start practicing meditation. I mean, a lot of things can be done from the content that I've put out here. You could try the free Swole class, for example, on all the Swolenormous YouTube videos. Meditation, there are apps that are free. Mindfulness training is very simple. It's just a practice. It's just doing this stuff regularly and then progressing. But it's only been a week. One of the biggest things that you can do for yourself is just be more aware of these things from the start. Just be more observant. Be more observant from the start. Just start really noticing all the things that you're doing and just tweaking things one thing at a time. There's a Takwachi. Someone, you laughed. I don't know if you laughed because I did it right or I did it terrible. Probably terrible. D2H, can you make gains on a fast if you already have the extra fuel on your body? That depends. That depends on the individual. It's not universal. If you have a lot of extra body fat and you've never really worked out, you're undertrained, you can lose fat and build muscle at the same time. Once you're kind of more closer to your genetic potential and your body is more around its kind of its resting state, it's really a hard thing to try to navigate. If you're just doing the right things all the time, over time, you'll minimize your body fat and you'll just building muscles most important really is. If you want to minimize body fat, just working on building muscle and focusing on all those other pillars. But that's not sexy to most people because you have to treat your body, you have to treat your life and treat your life. You have to change your life. is why a lot of people don't see all that change. They don't lose all the body fat that they have. They have all these little like fat pockets around. They never really get all the change because they don't really take their nutrition 100%. They don't really recover properly. They don't really get better sleep. They don't really for example, everyone's different, but I started doing this and really training, when I was like late teenager. Like I've been active my whole life. People that have been trashing their bodies for 40 or 50 fucking years, it's hard. It's not everyone can turn that ship around and look like a fucking supermodel. Not everyone can have that massive transformation and not have any excess skin and just fucking look lean and ripped. Not everyone can do that. So you have to be more realistic, and a lot of people are not realistic with what they can change. Think about that. If you start when you're 40, you can make amazing. I am not putting a limit or a ceiling on what any of you can do. But if you're 40 years old, you compare that to 20 extra years of gaining weight and eating like crap, as opposed to someone who's spent that 20 years doing everything and learning and fucking like, it's a lot of time. It's a lot of time, and people underestimate that kind of impact. Like, your body has known nothing else but not exercising, not sleeping well, not eating right. Like, your body has no context. You're trying to change everything from source. And you might have been on this earth 3, 4, or 5 fucking decades. It's a lot to undo. It's a lot to undo. It's not like, hey, everything is possible. Not everything is possible. That's just the honest truth. Anything is possible, but not everything will happen, is another good way to put it. It doesn't mean you don't try hard. It doesn't mean you don't work your fucking ass off. It doesn't mean you can't make amazing progress. It just means you have to be realistic and put in that kind of work for the rest of your life and realize it's not a sprint. It's not a fucking sprint. It's something that you're redoing. This is, okay, think of how, are you ready for this? Think about this. Think about how ridiculous this would sound. Think of how ridiculous it would sound. Yeah, let's say you have a building. Let's talk about the Empire State Building. Let's say the Empire State Building, let's say the foundation wasn't solid. You would have to knock down the whole fucking thing and rebuild it. You don't just keep it there and then go underneath and like rebuild it. I'm not saying that would be easy, but it's like the same thing. It's like you have the earth and the soil is all of a sudden, let's say, worn away and there's no substance below it. And you're like, shit. Like, the whole thing has to come down before you rebuild it. You can't just get under there and strengthen that foundation. So you're trying to break things down. That's why it's so hard. You're trying to go down to the source code with your body. Just forget the Empire State example. Just imagine trying to go down. It's like you want to make this right from the start, but most people don't. Most people don't have the information. Most people haven't lived a life of being in the fitness. And look, I've been in fitness my whole life pretty much. But at the same time, I wasn't always eating like this. I was eating a lot of junk too. For me, it was about making gains and getting huge and just fucking building. And that gets fucking exhausting after a while. It gets exhausting because it never ends. It never ends. It's a goal that's not fulfilling. It's not. You can only get so fucking big no matter what you... Look, this is what you realize over time. You can only get so big. You can only build so much muscle. You can only get so strong. Like, can you keep on making progress? Sure, but the effort and the amount of effort and the work and the energy to put on a pound of muscle or to add 5 pounds to a bench, it's like, fucking why? And look, I'm not saying you can't do this. I'm not saying you're not going to try to gain muscle. I'm just saying that understanding why you're doing what you're doing, because it'll help reinforce what you're doing for a lifetime rather than that short-term sprint. And that's what it is. Because if you're doing it for other reasons and you're strength training and you're pushing yourself and you are going up in weight and you are increasing your strength, that's fine. I'm not saying don't increase strength, but what I'm saying is it gets to a point where like you need to, like, and I pivoted fast, much younger than most people would have pivoted. It's because you realize this is a recipe for disaster eventually. You're just going to keep on gaining weight and gaining muscle and gaining muscle. It's a disaster for multiple reasons. Eventually, you can have an injury just because you just keep on trying to push your body more and more. And eventually, you just can't keep on gaining and getting bigger and bigger and bigger indefinitely. And also, it's a psychological risk because you're going to hit that point where you're not that person anymore. So it's important to get a handle of this understanding and switching before it's your time kind of thing. And then your identity is stripped away, if that makes sense. So similar to me changing over to training at home before my gym was officially closed, I took it upon myself to pivot first. So my boat was not rocked at all. I did it on my own accord and I did it on my own time. I did it on my own system. So my shift with training and my approach to building muscle, you have to do what's right for you and right for you at the time. And I've gone through different phases where I bulked and I've cut and I've changed. Right now, I'm in a different kind of like phase right now with strength training and doing stuff, from the business standpoint, and also from my personal fitness and things that I'm interested in and different aspects of consistency that I'm working through and time management. And we all have our own path and I'm grateful to be on mine, but it's just important to put what your goals are continuously under context. That way you don't get wrapped up in just 5 pounds more, 10 pounds more weight, more muscle, more this. It's like more money. It's more, it's just, it ends. Like it's not fulfilling after a while. It's not fulfilling. And for muscle growth and muscle size, it gets completely fucking exhausting and uncomfortable. It really does. So that being said, I fucking smashed a great workout today. That being said, I fucking did it. I fucking did it. Yeah. Pillar number 1, bitches. Hashtag pillar 1. All right, let's get into last post. This one is from Melissa. Hey fam, I've been craving salads. However, through the elimination diet, I've had to rule out most dark leafy greens due to horrible digestion issues. Talking a lot about pooping today. Pain and nausea. Any lettuce recommendations from people experiencing the same issues or salads that don't necessarily require lettuce? Also, do you have a favorite Brussels sprouts recipe? I suck at cooking them, but I want to give them a fair chance. Well, I'll let all of you drop this in the comments or on her post exactly, but Brussels sprouts fuck my world up, so I avoid them. I've tried them a couple different times. Nope. Instant, just my stomach is like, fuck this. Nope. So I can't support Brussels sprouts. And Mama Swole cooks them great, but we can't do it. Doesn't work. Lettuce. No, I haven't had lettuce in a while. I do have some veggies, but look, I'm just from my own experience. When I have veggies, it definitely gives me some, like, I feel it. It feels like just my stomach is like, ugh. But I have them at least to expose my body to them. So my body knows how to defend itself. If it is in fact bad, at least I'm putting my system through I'm exercising it. But I definitely have some bloating and issues I notice from certain vegetables. So I don't know if anyone else has opinions on that, but it's very common. I've had to rule out most dark leafy greens. Yeah, I hear you. Melissa. So anyone else, any thoughts on that? And with Brussels sprouts, don't we have a Brussels sprouts recipe in the archive? I think we do. But yeah, I've tried it. Does not work. Robert, my mom actually cut out leafy greens and she said her bloating and stomach issues went away. Broccoli, I love it, but the gas it gives would kill a moose. Yeah. Well, anyway, make sure you go and drop this comment on the post in the group. But it's one of those things. It's one of those things that you find sometimes certain vegetables are going to work a certain way. And also it's preparation too. Sometimes some foods, if you like, let's say vegetables, you saute them a little bit, people have fine, no problems with it. You just have to kind of maybe activate it, make them a little more bioavailable, break down some of the cell walls or something. Maybe a little sauteing can do that. And sometimes people have issues with a raw food. Let's say you have raw this, but then you saute them and you feel fine. So it could also be the preparation method or the skin or the seeds. So some foods might cause issues. And so it depends. fucking crack my neck. Oh, it feels good. Ooh, feels good. Oh man, I don't like forcing my neck, but I just turned it. That felt fantastic. All right, fam, we got some Swole card to give away. A nice little Friday evening cast. I'm hungry. I got stuff to do. I got to edit. Try to wrap this night up. Wrap this night up. Get this going. You guys got to go get your shit on. You guys got to get your pump on and get your meditation. Get your shit on. I don't know. Get something on. Let's do a little Swole card party giveaway, shall we? Hashtag Pillar 1, focus on community today. If you missed today's YouTube video, go check it out. Here we go, fam. 3, 2, 1. Swole card party, dancing freak mode, motherfucker. Hashtag Pillar 1. Here we go. Scrolling. What a lovely man cast tonight. What a lovely fucking man cast. Hashtag Pillar 1 at the buzzer. One more scroll, shall we? Dun. Annika Skulenda, congratulations! That's fucking fabulous. Congratulations. You have won today's Swole card. So send us an email to Swolenormous, support@swolenormous.com. And we will send you this Swole card right away, straight away. Congratulations. Very, very nice. A little Pillar 1 action. Everyone say congratulations, Annika. Say congratulations. Be very, very nice. Congratulations. Congratulations, everyone. Thank you. You sons of fucking beaches.
Man, stop whining.
Stop whining, you fucking babies. Tomorrow you can win. Tomorrow is Saturday. Tomorrow is Saturday, and it's episode 1485, as per the usual. Fucking repping it out. 1485. Holy shit. We're coming up on 1500 pretty soon. 2 more weeks. 15 episodes. It's like, how many days until, well, we just counted out. 15 days, a little over 2 weeks. Episode 1500. My goodness. So a reminder, tomorrow is Saturday Swole, but on Saturday Swole, Sunday, live Q&A. So you could be there for Sunday's episode right here on the Daily Swole channel. And let's see, Monday accountability meeting. So a lot of shit got fucking thrown off earlier this week. I don't know. I think I told you. I think I told a bunch of you in the meeting. I don't know if we kind of went over it, but the water was out like for a couple days. The internet was out. Luckily, the power never went out. Luckily, because it was raining, and it was rain for like 5 fucking days. And like flooding and shit. And it was crazy down here in Florida. So the internet was out, and then the water was out. So it was really kind of funky. So a bunch of the releases that, in other words, we're going to do some more releases. There's going to be a bunch of stuff released on Monday that didn't get released on the previous Monday. It was like that day just got fucking from Monday to like Wednesday. It was like a mess. So now, now we'll be good. Now we're locked in, but we got a bunch of stuff coming Monday. So Monday's accountability meeting, and make sure you sign up for Swole Text. So for those of you, all members have access to Swole Text. Just go to your home screen when you log into Swolenormous X, and make sure that you go to the Start Here section in your main menu. So in your main menu, go click on Home. Make sure you go to your library, and you'll see the big square, the Start Here, and then you go there and sign up for Swole Text. So international, that's done through WhatsApp, and then US and Canada, make sure that you click on the appropriate button and sign up for Swole Text, so you get your daily text texting you when the videos go live, little inspirational sack, and also notifications. So priority notifications and all the special behind the scenes, the most important shit that you need to know about being a part of the Swole fam. So thank you for being a part of all this, and thank you for signing up for Swole Text. Make sure you do, so you don't miss your notifications. You don't want to miss that. You do not want to miss that, you fucking babies. Don't want to miss it. Tomorrow, 1485 beaches. Go meditate. Go make some fucking brain gains. I'm going to go get some more content done. Eat a fucking steak. All this talk about farting makes me hungry. You know what I'm saying? What a good episode. What a great Friday cast. Make sure you unfollow people. We talked about Unfollow Friday. Go unfollow some people. Go unfollow some people. Go on your Instagram or go on your YouTube and just unsubscribe from a couple jabronis. couple people that don't, just find someone like the last few posts, they don't give you any value. Just cut them out. See how low you can go. See how many people you can fucking cut out. See how many contacts you can delete. How many people that just there's no need for you to have their information. There's no need for you to see that shit. There's no need. There's no need. There's no need for you to follow some of these people, right? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, fam, thank you so much for joining me for episode 1484 of the Most Muscular Swolecast, Beardcast, Broadcast, Gangcast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleevescast, and Slaycast in the realm. What happened here? Thanks, Indescribable One, for the super chat. What super chat? Super chat. I need to figure out the super chat thing. That's when you can donate, right? You can pay and have like your chat highlighted and stuff. I appreciate it. Does someone do that? I don't know. You could drop that in the comments, but I don't have that up in my chat and my reactions and my streaming. But maybe I should open that window. But if you do, I appreciate it. So if you did, I appreciate it. But I appreciate you just being here and smashing that fucking like button. Thank you so much for any kind of donations or support. She donated $20. Really? Thank you so much. Supports the show. I appreciate it. Now it makes me want to turn on super chat. Oh shit. Maybe we'll do some super chat stuff. We'll see, like live Q&A, but I appreciate it. Every little bit helps. And you know, that's just something to thank you so much. That just brings up a little bit something extra that I do want to mention. So just so you all know, and I think we all do. And I just want to say thank you, not just to Indescribable One, but to everyone, every single member, Swole Fam, yoga memberships, unlimited, everyone that watches this, by watching the NOC videos, by subscribing, by hitting the like button, by doing, it all helps. All of it, like every single membership, every single person, everyone watching here, whether you're a member, like you don't have to be paying a dime to be a part of this Swole Fam, you know, the greater Swole Fam. There's layers. It depends on, not everyone can do everything, but my thanks go out to all of you. So even if you're just watching, we're all in this fucking shit together. We're all in this together. And that's what the Swole Fam's all about. And that's what the Daily Swole is all about. So it really makes a huge difference. And I just wanted to extend that. The donation is great, but everyone that has a membership, every single part of the Swole Fam, every single part of Unlimited, everything, it all helps. It all allows me to do this. It all allows all of this to be here every fucking day. So it literally, that's what makes this whole shit go around. So I'm more than happy. I'm excited, and I'm fucking more than stoked to do this every fucking day for an unlimited amount of time into the future. And the fact that we're all here, that's the inspiration. That's the inspiration that keeps me going. So I keep going, and I keep coming here, and you keep coming here because I keep coming here, and then I keep coming here because you keep coming here. And look, you expect me to be here, and I expect you to be here. We're all holding each other accountable. We're making some sick fucking gains. Am I right, Beaches? Fucking inspiration on a Friday. Thank you so much, fam. 1485 coming your way tomorrow. Peace, McGeese. Deuce, Magoose, motherfuckers. Your boy, Papa Swolio. Out. Love ya. Bye.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
Then y'all found that young kid